Hej, hej, witam was na kanale Co jest grane, gdzie gram w gry w moim towarzystwie. No i dzisiaj przed nami drugi odcinek z Kingdom Coma, drugiego również. Pierwszy odcinek bardzo fajny, ale cóż, nie spodziewałem się niczego innego. No i skończyliśmy w taki sposób, że chyba będziemy mieli więcej zwłok do pochowania, coś mi się wydaje. Siemasz Kawecki. Hej, hej. Co tam słychać? Jaka ta w tym tygodniu zmiana cię czeka? Mamy wrócić z tymi herbsami. Może sami alchemii się pouczymy?
Did they hurt you?
No, but I think they would have if you hadn't come along.
Sorry. I reckon it was one of those who followed us yesterday.
Look here. I almost got slaughtered twice in one day on account of you two. God be praised that my Pavlena wasn't here. Heaven knows what they'd have done to her. So, I'd like to know why all this is happening. Your friend was talking in a delirium in the night, saying you was knights. But if you two are knights, then I'm the Queen of Sheba.
Queen of Sheba, zbieraliśmy części miecza tej królowej. Bezskutecznie zresztą w pierwszej części. Młody się rozchorował, mówisz, o to wyrazy współczucia. Może chociaż chorobowe dostaniesz na dziecko, czy coś. Nocki masz, mówisz. Tak, u mnie jest kawka. No to mam nadzieję, że uda ci się jakiegoś komara przyciąć gdzieś w trakcie dnia, żeby jakąś tą noc wytrzymać. Na 14, okej.
Well, I must bow to your ladyship. Sir Hans is the young lord of Leiper and Perkstein. I'm Henry of Skalitz, son of Sir Radzig Cobbler, and I'm his bodyguard. We were heading to Trusky to deliver a message from Sir Hanish of Leiper and Margrave Jobst to Lord Bombergov. But we were ambushed by bandits yesterday down by the pond, and you already know the rest. And as God is my witness, we're no bandits. I swear to you, I'm thankful to you for saving us. And I'm sorry it caused you trouble.
Well, you sound sincere, so I'll take your word for it. I hope I won't live to regret it.
You won't. I promise you.
Promises are made to be broken, but thank you for dealing with them. Except I have 2 fresh corpses in my yard.
Don't worry. I reckon I've still got a bit of strength left. I ought to be able to manage it before evening.
I'd be eternally grateful to you. But be careful while you're at it. You don't want to open that wound or strain yourself.
What about Sir Hans? How's he doing?
He's holding up, I'd say. I treated his wounds and I'll change his bandages shortly. But what he needs most now is that remedy. Have you got everything for it?
Here. Chamomile and sage, like you said.
Excellent. Now to brew the potion from them. I gave you two the last of my supply during the night. But fresh is best anyways. It's a shame my daughter Pavlena ain't back yet. She'd get it done in a jiffy, but we'll just have to manage without her. But you can do it too. It ain't nothing hard. My eyes are so bad, it'd take me all day. But at least I can tell you how to go about it.
No pewnie, chętnie się pouczę alchemii, zobaczymy co się zmieniło.
All right, I'll try. Well, I've been at the alchemist bench a few times, but it's been quite a while.
That's grand. More than I was hoping for. And not to worry, it'll all come back to you. I have a book here with the recipe, but it'll be better if I tell you. I know it by heart.
I can read as well as any man, if that's what you mean.
My word. Maybe you really are a noble's son.
I'll take the book just in case, but if you give me some advice, I'd be grateful.
Of course. Everything we need is in the hut. Let's get to it.
Dobra, możemy miksturki robić i mamy, tak jak myślałem, pochować 2 kolejne ciała. Może zrobimy to od razu, bo to są, kurczę, zadania opcjonalne, więc trochę się obawiam, że nie będziemy mieli okazji później.
In the alcove. Go to it and we'll get started.
Dobra, za chwilkę. Ten dzik jest jakiś udomowiony, kurde. Czy ja... A nie, dobrze. Na zdrowie wzajemnie. Może musisz synowi też podać. Jak na zdrowie. Kawka działa. Muszę się umyć też. Strasznie zakrwawiony jestem po tej walki.
Fuck. This damn shoulder. Oof.
Very... Dobra. Niestety będziesz miała tutaj jeszcze, droga pani, krwawe ślady na podwórku. Nie wiem, czy coś z nimi będę w stanie zrobić. Mam nadzieję, że zaraz nie przyjdzie 4, bo już, kurczę, skończy mi się miejsce do chowania tych ciał tutaj. Może to my się wybierzemy na jakieś łowy kolejnego dnia. Gdzie jeszcze mogę coś wykopać? Tu. Dobra, skończyłem. Rany mi się chyba nawet nie otworzyły. Nie wiem. Oj. Jak to sprawdzić? Buffs. Injured torso. Chyba to jest zabandażowana rana. Dobra, umyjemy się i ważymy mikstury. Wykop na zapas. No mam naprawdę nadzieję, że już tam kurczę nie ma miejsca już przy tym strumieniu.
First, go to the recipe book.
No,
Now
read.
find the recipe for chamomile decoction and remember what you have to do. Then get back to the bench and we'll start.
O kurczę, tutaj jest teraz taka czcionka, że to ciężko przeczytać. Ale to jest na razie jedyna mikstura, jaką mam. Muszę mieć 2 te chamomile, czy jak tam to się nazywało, i chyba jedno sage. Sleep heals you faster and if good quality
You've read the
energy
recipe,
replenish
get back to the bench.
faster while sleeping. You will need wine, 2 handfuls of chamomile and a handful of sage. Kurczę, nie wiem co tu jest napisane, ale chyba po prostu chamomile mamy przez jedną turę gotować. Też tu po prawej jest teraz schemacik. Sage musimy zgrindować i dodać. Nie, jeszcze czytam, spokojnie. Zgrindować i dodać. No i przelać. I chyba tyle. Co to jest Q? O. Możemy teraz o ziółkach poczytać. No dobra, back to the table. Czyli 2 garście chamomile i zgrindować sage. Gotować chamomile przez jedną turę. Dobra, już jestem.
First, you have to pour the right base into the cauldron. Choose the right pitcher from the shelf on the left, according to the recipe.
A już nie pamiętam. Spiritus? Nie, need wine. Okay, you will need wine. Dobra. Wine.
So, what did you pour in there?
Wine, of course. Like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit.
Co? Move the cauldron down? A, kurde.
Hear that bubbling? It's boiling. Remember that well. For most potions, you just have to simmer the herbs for a bit. But sometimes you need to get it good and hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling. It's boiling! To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down quick, take it off the flames. Try it. Move the cauldron up. Good. Now we'll start with the brewing. Get all the herbs that you need ready. The ones you picked.
O kurde, to trzeba robić ręcznie. O, i tu gotowanie jest
Put them
troszkę...
there on the shelf, so you've got them at hand.
Select. Confirm.
All right, let's get to it. First, throw 2 handfuls of chamomile into the cauldron.
To jest chamomile? A, tu nie jest podpisane. A, może dlatego, że to nie jest to, co bym chciał. Throw.
Before you put it on the flame, turn the sand glass so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact. Every grain of sand counts. See? When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn. That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts bubbling.
O
Then
kurde.
turn the sand glass. As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again.
No, zrobili to trochę bardziej skomplikowane. To już się gotuje? Zakładam, że tak. Patrzymy teraz na ten
Ain't
piasek.
that enough? Take the cauldron off the flames.
O, ona... Nie,
All right.
przytrzymałbym
Now,
trochę dłużej,
take 1
ale
handful of sage, grind it with
podpowiedziała
a
mi.
mortar and pestle and drop it in the cauldron. Have you ground it?
Tak.
Good. Now, drop it in the cauldron. You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant it. Get a file and pour it in.
Decant the potion, take the file on the left and select the cauldron holding. To distill, okej. Ale tutaj nie musimy destylować. Bo do destylacji używamy tego czegoś. To chyba tak samo było jak wcześniej. No dobra.
Done. Now let's see what you've brewed.
Strong Chamomile Brew. I 3 nam się udało zrobić, okej. No to chyba dobrze.
Here it is.
Well, now, judging by the smell, I'd say you brewed it perfectly. Thanks for your help, Henry.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
All right. Is there anything else I can do to help?
I reckon you've done all you could. What you need now is a bit of rest. Go and get a good sleep. That works wonders.
Sleep until morning. No rzeczywiście pojawiła nam się ikonka też, że jesteśmy zmęczeni. Hans biedny leży na ziemi, a my mamy łóżko.
You'll sleep better after, and that'll give you strength. There's not much more I can do now. It's up to you and the Almighty. The fever should start to cool now.
Pray. Możemy się pomodlić.
Lord God Almighty, look down on a poor sinner and hear my heartfelt prayer. Protect Sir Hans and don't let him die. Just as he didn't let me die. Preserve his life. Because he's a young gentleman, brave and just and a good Christian. And look down on Bejena too, and let her save Sir Hans and deliver her from all evil and grant her grace, because she herself is merciful and didn't turn us away in our hour of need. Amen.
Amen.
Zamkniemy może. Save and sleep. Okej. O, jest 18. Ale nie będziemy chyba wstawać w środku mocy. You can't sleep anymore. Się zastanawiam, czy ja chcę już spać.
Jesus and the Virgin Mary be praised. It looks like the fever is running down.
Może coś tu sobie jeszcze pozwiedzam. Cześć, Growler. Wiesz, gdzie jest mój piesek może? Nie? Dobra, nie będę ściemniał. Uśpijmy, zakładam, że coś się fabularnego wydarzy i tak. A, ty masz jeszcze tutaj jakieś leże. O! To jest chyba do naprawiania kurz. Ty masz w ogóle tutaj tarczę strzelniczą. Będziesz nas uczyła strzelania z łuku, czy co? Mogę to wziąć? A to? Co to są za drzwi? O. Dobra. Nie zamulam więcej. Pośpimy ile będę mógł. O, szybciej teraz leci czas. Mamy znowu jakieś koszmary nocne.
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir Radzig. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
Where's my fucking sword?
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine, and I plan to take everything.
Rotted hell!
Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
Stronger dog fucks the bitches, and war is a nasty business.
Where's my fucking sword?
You know what? I think I'll keep it as a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you!
Yeah!
Don't disappoint me.
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Wróciła jej córka.
Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Bad dreams. You must be Pavlena, right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night?
Oh, Hans. He's alive. How is he?
Have no fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive. Ma knows what she's doing, and that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedies she knows, and it looks like they did the trick. On that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right.
And what about you? How do you feel?
Definitely better than yesterday. Thanks.
That's good. Ma will be glad, but I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth, a villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father, and I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your sleep. Dreams shouldn't be taken lightly. They can have real meaning, however hard they are to understand. What strikes you as the most important part of your dream?
I just told you. Toth.
You know his name, so he's no stranger to you. That could mean you'll meet him again. Or on the other hand, It's a deception, and he wants to ensnare you in a trap, one way or another. You should watch out for yourself.
Thanks, Pablina. I never thought of looking at it like that. It's a lot to think about.
You're welcome. But remember, it's only my reading. The only one who can really understand you is you yourself.
I expect you're right. So in the end, all the hard work will be on me. But this is all too much heavy thinking at once. Right now, what I need more is a little sunshine and fresh air.
Aye, that's the best remedy for many ailments. And a full stomach will help too. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
Okej. Mamy listę perków. A, czyli tutaj mamy jakieś skille, nie? Do wzięcia. Main level mamy 1, możemy być charismatic, czyli chyba w moim stylu. A, okej, chociaż to jak dostajemy reputację, to będzie ona 10% więcej. A. O, whatever. Albo będziemy szybciej zdobywać reputację, albo wolniej ją tracić. Mogę wziąć to. Nie widzę tutaj za wielkiego wyboru. Agility. Deft hands. You wield weapons with ease and naturalness. And if you're done if you're done nothing else, childhood. The required agility for all weapons will be lower by 2. In general, if you have a lower agility than the weapon requires, you will find it more difficult to fight with. But if you have a higher agility and stamina consumption will drop. With this perk you will reach that state sooner. Czyli możemy używać broń, która wymaga, jakby nasza zwinność, tak jakbyśmy mieli o 2 większą, bo z bronie mają swoje wymagania. Featherweight, fall damage is reduced by 30%, czyli możemy spadać lepiej. Mniej tracimy obrażeń przy spadaniu. Mniej, no tak, mniej tracimy życia przy spadaniu, o tak. Może wziąłbym to, z tego tylko powodu, że zakładam, że to agility i tak prędzej czy później uda mi się zmaksować, więc na pewnym etapie przestanę mieć jakieś benefity z tego, a w sumie z tego mógłbym mieć. Dodatkowo można by powiedzieć, że trochę tematycznie to pasuje do nas, bo w pierwszym odcinku spadliśmy z wysokiej skarpy i żyjemy, także może coś jest na rzeczy, że jakąś spadamy zawsze na 4 łapy. No i mam też w speechu polished wares, selling prices. Okej, czyli jak będziemy sprzedawać coś w perfekcyjnym stanie albo bliskim perfekcyjnego stanu, dostaniemy za to 10% więcej pieniędzy. A tutaj będziemy po prostu mogli, mamy bonus plus 4, tak jakbyśmy mieli o 4 więcej mowy przy haglowaniu, czyli przy targowaniu się z kupcami. Myślę, że wezmę to zdecydowanie. Raczej będziemy sprzedawać złom, zazwyczaj mam wrażenie. No jak kot, może coś w tym jest. Dobra. Jemy.
Look who's finally up! Henry! Come and join us! Good morning, Henry! You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you, too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking! Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the third time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The third time? What in God's name happened the first 2 times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
Once, when we were out hunting, Hans was taken captive by humans. But with a bit of luck, I managed to rescue him.
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleyov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice.
O, ona będzie nas uczyć łucznictwa pewnie.
How did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive. I rescued him.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally
Nauczył
learned.
się łaciny.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
But you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
A to jak dostał strzałą w tyłek.
Hans was badly wounded during a night raid on Talmberg Castle, and I had to carry him out of the battle on my back, so he wouldn't fall into enemy hands.
Gracious! Raiding a castle. That must be pretty wild, eh?
Indeed it was. Arrows raining down, outnumbered by hordes of foes mercilessly charging at us from all sides. I'm truly indebted to Henry for getting me out of that fix.
But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
No.
True enough. Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falcon and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for. But I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favour you. You chose your motto well.
Once we get back to Ratai, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zheleyov, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you, for your journey.
Bojena, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
But I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that axe and spade. We can't manage without them.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bajana.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger
Kolejnego
or don't
sznapsa
know which way to
dostaliśmy.
turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana.
O, mamy recepturę na sznapsa.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer.
Dobra.
Sorry for coming late, Ma. I got held up in Troskowitz.
Of all places. And it's not the first time.
I know, but I was going past and I
Dogo.
thought I'd try to sell some baskets and ointments there. And I succeeded.
Emmerich won't be happy.
Then he shouldn't sell so dear. He charges nearly twice as much as we do, so it's no wonder folks buy from us. But I understand. Next time I'll come straight home, so you're not on your own so much. If anyone comes here again threatening you, I'll put them in their place with an arrow. That'll teach them to try it on with us.
Maybe it's a good thing you wasn't here. They'd catch you, and I dread to think what they'd do with you.
They'd never catch me. You know I can take down a hare on the run, and a man's an easier target.
True enough. You've got a steady hand and an eye like a hawk. Not like me. But you know how it is. The less fuss going on around here, the better for us. And if anything does happen, we've got Growler, and he won't leave us in the lurch.
True.
Pewnie,
That
Growler,
animal is
nie?
God's gift.
Bronisz.
Time to do something useful. The days are long, but there's no end of work to do.
Aye. Thank you, Pavlena. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Are you managing here all right?
We don't complain. We mostly live off the woods, and when we need something else, we buy it or get it from the villagers. Mostly, I weave baskets. And me and Ma brew ointments and potions. Then I go around the villages selling them, or I barter them for stuff we need. Sometimes folk come here to us, when it's something serious.
How come you live here and not in the village?
Oh, that's hard to explain. It's just the way things turned out. And Ma and... Look, that's our affair, and we won't talk about it. Sorry.
Is anything interesting happening around these parts?
Them bandits is riding roughshod over the place. It's about time Lord von Burgau rousted them out. But I reckon you know something about that, huh?
You got that right.
And there's to be a big wedding. Young Lord Semon's gonna marry the daughter of the bailiff of Troskowitz, Thrush. That's the biggest thing happening. Apart from that... A band of nomads turned up here. They got a camp somewhere down by the pond.
You said you'd shoot arrows at the humans. You can use a bow.
Yeah, I'm pretty handy with it. I train up there, on the cliff, whenever I have a free moment. And the hares hanging in Ma's kitchen didn't just walk in by themselves. If they'd let me take part in the tournament at Trosky Castle, I'd beat all the men hands down, but that'll never happen. So I have to make do with hares and a straw mannequin. Take care then.
Myślałem, że będę mógł się nauczyć łuku.
Those corpses have been taken care of. They're gone to rest by the stream.
Oh, thanks, Henry. I appreciate it. You did what you could. Me and the gravedigger will do the rest, so I ain't stuck with that corpse forever.
Can you tell me something about these parts?
What can I say? The village of Sheleov is nearby, and close to it there's a big traveller's inn. And to the north of Sheleov is Tachov. They've got a blacksmith's there, and a small tavern. There's no love lost between the folks from Sheleov and Tachov. They're always out to spite each other. Some dispute about some meadow.
Well, I don't suppose those are the only villages around here.
It ain't far from Sheleov to Semin. Sir Jan, the owner, he got a big stud farm with fine horses, and down by the water, a mill. The biggest village in these parts is Troskovitz, what lies at the foot of the castle. The local bailiff has his seat there, and there's a tavern too. Then there's Nebakov Fortress, Sir Yaromir's seat. There's a mill at the foot of it. But Pavlena knows more gossip about folk around here. She goes out and about. I stay home these days and hardly meet a soul.
How come you live out here?
That's just the way it is. It's for me to know, and you to find out.
Ah. All right. I won't pry.
Take care.
Dobra. Myślę, że jeszcze spróbuję sobie tych sznapsów naważyć, jak mam składniki, co się zaraz okaże. Nie mam? Czy ja dostałem recepturę? Muszę ją jakoś się nauczyć zaraz. A, okej. Learn. Yes. A, belladonna. Belladonna. No tak. To tego nie zrobię, jak belladonna. Może, że... Marigold... Może się do czegoś... O, dostaliśmy... Survival and... Czyli to teraz nie jest herbalizm, to jest survival? Dobra, zobaczmy. O, tutaj wszędzie mam prawie perk. Survival. On the Poacher's Trail. Tak, tak. No, pozmieniali, ale też może tutaj doszło do jakiegoś przearanżowania rzeczy. No, zobaczmy. Poaching is a dangerous trade and the quest for rare herbs can be too. It is therefore necessary to know how to monetize your time and effort appropriately. You can sell herbs, game, hides and trophies for double the price. Wow. Ziółka i wszystko, co upolujemy, możemy sprzedać za podwójną cenę. Spoko. A wanderer offer cannot choose where to lay his hand and must take whatever is available. You, in your many journeys, have long been accustomed to discomfort. It's enough to keep your feet warm and your body dry. The quality of beds increases for you the higher your survival skill is, but at most the perk will improve the quality of a bed to 50%. On higher quality beds the perk will not take effect. Także wszędzie, gdzie będziemy spali, będziemy mieli co najmniej 50% komfortu. Także możemy spać w bardziej takich beznadziejnych miejscach, ale myślę, że te podwójne ceny mi się przydadzą bardziej, szczególnie na początku gry. Spać, myślę, biorąc pod uwagę, jak tanie było spanie w tawernach w jedynce, to mogłem sobie raczej zawsze na to pozwolić. 10 available perk points. No dobra, to jedziemy dalej, bo mamy też coś z alchemii, na przykład Art of Preservation. You know how to store ingredients properly and know them in a fresh and edible state for longer. So you tell everyone. Raw food and herbs you have in your inventory will spoil 50% slower. Czy to oznacza, że ziółka się przeterminowują też? Ziółka się przeterminowują. Kurde, to jest nowość. W takim razie ten skill może się przydać. Enthusiast. Practicing the alchemy craft is a pure joy for you. You can brew for hours without any sign of fatigue. While brewing potions, your energy will slowly replenish and your nourishment will not decrease. Także tak naprawdę robiąc mikstury będziemy odpoczywać powoli i nasz głód nie będzie wzrastał. Okej. Nie wiem, czy aż tyle czasu będziemy spędzać przy brewowaniu mikstur, ale okej. Potion seller. Making potions is a demanding and prestigious art, but an alchemist still has to make a living, ideally by selling his potions to travelers, if they can handle them, that is. You can sell the potions you brew for 30% more. Także nasze mikstury, które same uważyliśmy, będą 30% droższe. Jeszcze jedną rzecz sprawdzę, bo a propos mikstur, one się nie przeterminowują, mam nadzieję. Durability 100%. Aha, i durability days jest infinite, także rzeczywiście nie przeterminowują się. Chociaż nie, tutaj nie jest napisane przy tych ziółkach, żeby się miały przeterminowywać, ale kurczę, tu tak wygląda, jakby tak było. Czekaj, bo jeszcze mam dużo rzeczy. Może wezmę to mimo wszystko, chociaż... Dobra, weźmiemy. Raw food, to się przyda. Jak będziemy polować na bank, się przyda. Craftsmanship. The art of transmutation. In example, the knowledge of a right combination of substances and their transformation into higher and nobler forms. To make the alchemical process successful, it is necessary to observe the correct cooking time. The greater your alchemy skill, the more you can deviate from it without repercussions. In addition, to achieve truly masterful potions, you will need to follow the recipe procedure exactly and have the ingredients as fresh as possible. You will gain experience by brewing potions, and the more precisely you follow the procedure, the more experience you will gain. Okej. Ja czytałem o alchemii cały czas. Dobra. Craftsmanship. Craft has always been with man and is a showcase of his skill, activity and ingenuity. It is also a source of joy, for few things surpass the satisfaction of one's own work. As your skill grow, you will become easier to achieve a good result in weapon sharpening or blacksmithing. You will be able to forge more advanced weapons. You will also be able to repair higher quality items when maintaining your own equipment. And you will generally use fewer resources for repairs or laundry. You will gain experience by practicing the craft. In example, blacksmithing, sharpening weapons and using repair kits or washing clothes. Będziemy ciuchy prać sami. Okej, ale będziemy też mogli być kowalem tutaj, z tego co słyszałem. No dobra, mamy 3 do wyboru. Razor Sharp. Anyone who does not know how to take care of a sword and especially its blade should not wield such a weapon and would do better to hang a club on his belt. If you sharpen a weapon on the grindstone to a condition of 98 or higher, the weapon gain a bonus effect that increases its slashing damage by 10%. The effect will remain active as long as the weapon condition stays above 75. Także jak uda nam się zaostrzyć miecz do 98% albo więcej, to będzie on zadawał 10% więcej obrażeń, aż stan tej broni nie spadnie poniżej 75%. Seven League Boots to pewnie jest, że buty nam się będą psuć wolniej. The more time you spend on the road, the more your appreciate good quality boots. You can even customize your boots to fit you like a glove. If you wear boots repaired by yourself, sprinting will cost you 25% less stamina, so you can run longer and go further. Okej, także jak naprawimy sobie sami buty, będzie nasza stamina podczas biegania spadać 25% wolniej. Spoko. Well fitted. Tighten the lace here and a leather hem between two sheets. Sew the loose end, place the padding properly, fix the mesh correctly, and it's easier to wear and less noisy. Armor and clothing that you repair yourself with armorer's kit will make less noise when worn. The effect lasts until the item's quality level drops. Także też jak naprawimy naszą zbroję, nasz sprzęt sami, to będzie ona cichsza. No dobra. Nie wiem, wezmę to z butami, niech będzie, bo pewnie będę dużo biegał, więc jak kiedyś uda nam się coś wskórać w ten sposób, to będzie spoko. Drinking mamy, picie. Mamy dwie cechy tutaj. Have a few nightcaps and off to bed. The next day almost no one would realize you've been drunk as a skunk in the night before. That's the kind of art. If you were meant to go get a hangover while sleeping, now you won't. Plus when you're drunk, all the beds are 10% more comfortable, so you sleep like a king. Okej. Także nie będziemy mieć kaca i łóżka dostaną plus 10% do wygody, jak będziemy się kłaść spać pijani. Ciekawe. Saint Vivian's Grace. When you drink, things start happening, but surprisingly nothing serious has ever happened to you. Under the influence of alcohol, you'll be less likely to be injured by falling from a height because the patron saint of drunkards have a protective hand over you. Dobra, także będzie nam trudniej zrobić sobie krzywdę po pijaku, odnieść jakąś kontuzję. Mogę wziąć to. Nie wiem, może się przyda. Jazda konna. Night training. Mastering the basics of mounted combat is a basic part of every squire's training, so don't slack off and make a good name for yourself and Lord Capon. Melee attacks from horseback will cost you 50% less stamina and will be harder on enemies to it will be harder for enemies to unseat you. Także atakując z grzbietu konia, koszt staminy naszych ataków będzie 15% mniejszy i naszym przeciwnikom będzie trudniej nas z tego siodła wywalić. Saddler. You've been around horses for a while now, and because of your affinity for the craft, you quickly learned a lot about saddles, harnesses, and other equestrian gear. Repairs with a cobbler kit will be 20% more effective. Additionally, because you know pouches and sashes well, you have a +1 bonus on the Tiverly skill if you pick pockets. Okej, będzie kradzież kieszonkowa lepiej działać dla nas, o 1 jakiś bonus dostaniemy, a jednocześnie używanie cobbler's kitów, to czyli chyba tych zestawów do naprawy butów właśnie będzie bardziej efektywna. Dobra, niech będzie. Nie wiem, jakoś z walki na koniu w jedynce nie korzystałem wcale. Więc nie wiem, jak będzie teraz. Dobra, tu mamy nasz Houndmaster, czyli naszego pieska i mamy już tu jeden skill. Ok, czyli Matt, który gdzieś przepadł, ale zakładam, że go odnajdziemy. Będzie nas bronił w walce i będziemy mogli też kazać mu atakować przeciwników. Hunt. You can command Matt to hunt and send him after wild game. You'll find that he's great help for you. Ok, będzie mógł polować. Ok, search. Matt can find anything except for his own tail, that is. You can command Matt to sniff out places of interest or hunted game. You do this, select the free command. He'll alert you by barking if he finds something. Okej. Będziemy mogli używać naszego pieska do poszukiwań. W sumie obydwie rzeczy są fajne, ale to może nas naprowadzi na jakieś ciekawe miejsca. Wezmę może to. Scholarship. Cushion. Mamy tylko jedną rzecz tutaj do wzięcia. Among scholars it is said that for some tasks you need your head, for others your arse, and for some both. Sometimes wisdom simply needs to be partially acquired and indeed everyone studies better when sitting, while sitting. The buff from sitting has an increased comfort effect of 50%, so you can study faster, czyli będziemy się szybciej uczyć, jak będziemy siedzieć o 50%. Spoko. Jeszcze mam 4 perki? Po 2 w combat, warfare i swords. Tu też mam już sporo rzeczy. Czyli mamy evade. O. O proszę, możemy też robić uniki skokiem w walce i jak użyjemy tego w oknie perfekcyjnego bloku, to możemy spowodować, że nasz przeciwnik straci równowagę. Okej, to jest to ze zmianą kierunku ataku w ostatniej chwili, że mamy większą szansę, że przeciwnik tego nie zblokuje. Perfect block, czyli to jest właśnie to, że mamy tą taką zieloną ikonkę, jak jest to idealne okienko do bloku, no i możemy wyprowadzić ripostę. A teraz z nowych skilli Heroes wear helmets, but even the humblest subject has a sense to get something for his head when his master calls him to arms. It's simple. A good helmet, properly fitted and tied, will save more lives than the most knowledgeable healer. If you are wearing a helmet, blows to the head will cause 20% less damage. Także jak będziemy mieć hełm, to będziemy otrzymywać 20% mniej obrażeń w głowę. Steadfast, as has been said many times before, it's important to tire your opponents in battle and to retain enough strength to defeat him. This skill will help you to parry even powerful blows with ease. Blocks will cost you 20% less stamina and your shield and weapon will wear down 20% slower by blocking. Okej. Także blokowanie zabierać nam będzie 20% mniej staminy i nasza tarcza i broń podczas blokowania będzie się niszczyć 20% wolniej. Fajne. Against all odds, back in Skalitz, Fritz and Matthew taught you the best way to fight is to outnumber your opponents. Unfortunately, the wheel of fortune turns and sometimes you find yourself outnumbered. There's nothing for it but to keep a cool head, clean brace and make up for the numerical disadvantage with weapon skills and physical prowess. When fighting against superior numbers, you gain a +2 bonus on strength, agility and warfare. Czyli jak walczymy z przeważającymi siłami wroga, jest ich po prostu więcej, to mamy bonus +2 do siły, zwinności i tych naszych umiejętności bojowych. Też myślę, że bardzo fajne. Hardened Veteran. You've been fought many skirmishes and battles, which has taught you that combat can be lengthy and you need to preserve strength until the very end. In combat, your stamina will regenerate 10% faster, czyli w trakcie walki nasza stamina regeneruje się 10% szybciej. Może wezmę to, tak na wszelki wypadek, bo walka z przeważającymi siłami wroga to w jedynce było to, co lubiłem najmniej, więc może to nam trochę pomoże w tego typu sytuacjach. A, mamy 2 do wzięcia. To może wezmę jeszcze to, żeby nam się broń mniej niszczyła podczas blokowania. Wziąłbym też to z ochroną głowy, ale na razie nie mamy nawet hełmu, więc nic nam to nie da na początku. No i mamy też w mieczach opening strike. The first strike doesn't have to be the final one. Instead, your intention may be to prepare your opponent, especially if he is armed, so that you can strike a powerful blow later. If you successfully wound an opponent by a strike to an uncovered zone, in example, the zone your opponent isn't blocking from, it will be more difficult for the opponent to block your subsequential attacks. Dobra, czyli jak uda nam się trafić po raz pierwszy, to naszemu przeciwnikowi będzie trudniej blokować nasze kolejne ataki. Perfect strike. Fortune favors the bold. That is certainly true, but it often favors the prudent too. And when it comes to sword fighting, you can be prudent and not rush your attack unnecessarily. When a fully charged sword attack, your sword fighting skill will be count 3 higher. So your attack will not only be stronger, but it will also be harder to parry. Także jak naładujemy nasz atak z miecza maksymalnie, to będzie się on liczył, jakbyśmy mieli o 3 większy skill w walce mieczem. No i dzięki temu nasz atak będzie zarówno silniejszy, jak i trudniejszy do sparowania. Showtime. A true master of the sword can handle multiple opponents without breaking a sweat. After performing a sword combo or a master strike, you instantly regain some of your stamina and can attack again. O dobra, zaraz jak uda nam się wyprowadzić jakieś combo albo jakieś, nie wiem, mistrzowskie uderzenie, nie wiem o co chodzi za bardzo, od razu otrzymamy trochę staminy. Z uwagi na to, że nie wiem za bardzo, to nie wiem, czy to jest skill, który nam się przyda na początku rozgrywki. Tandem Slicer. If you can take out an opponent, especially an armored one, in one hit, you'll at least leave him shaken and with a reduced ability to continue fighting. After successful sword combo, significantly reduce your opponent's agility and strength, making it harder for them to keep fighting and easier for you to defeat them. Także za każdym razem, jak skutecznie uda nam się przeprowadzić jakieś combo, to zredukujemy zręczność i siłę naszego przeciwnika, więc będzie nam go później łatwiej pokonać. Dobra, może wezmę te 2 pierwsze, bo tak jak mówię, nie wiem za bardzo o co chodzi z tymi kombami jeszcze. Nie wiem, czy mogę je tak naprawdę wyprowadzać, może nie do końca. Dobra, nie mamy więcej odblokowanych perków, więc mogę wreszcie z tym skończyć. Wychodek. Mógłbym spróbować jeszcze coś tu pokrawcić. Savory Schnapps, tu nie mam belladony. Ale tego powinienem mieć dużo.
God's teeth, Henry. We've got to get to the castle before dark.
A, czyli teraz już... Okej. Hans się martwi, że się ściemni. Może ma rację. To było... to.
Henry, what are you waiting for?
A, źle. Za wcześnie. Nie wiem, czy to już się gotuje?
Henry, what are you waiting for?
Uczę się, nic na nic nie czekam.
God's teeth, Henry. We've got to get to the castle before dark.
Dobra, Hans na nas krzyczy. Chamomile brew. To ja to chciałem uważać?
Should I have boiled that chamomile for a shorter time?
Chyba. Jeszcze raz. Czyli dostajemy też wskazówki od Henryka, co zrobiliśmy nie tak.
Henry, what are you waiting for? Have you something more important to do than our vital mission from Jobst and Hanush?
Tak, mam coś ważniejszego, Hans, spokojnie. Uczę się. Jak mi się uda zrobić dobrą miksturę, to idę do ciebie. Ziółka się psują, mikstury się nie psują. Co za tym idzie, muszę starać się te ziółka wykorzystywać chyba.
God's teeth, Henry. We've got to get to the castle before dark.
O dobra, dostaliśmy 3 strągi. O, i dostaliśmy znowu perka w alchemii. Dobra, nie będziemy bardziej Hansa denerwować. Ale kiedyś tutaj wrócę, myślę. Sprawdzę jeszcze te perki. Alchemia. To czytałem. Sell potions. To jest chyba nowe. The brewing process will be more tolerant of minor errors, making it easier to achieve better quality potions, czyli będziemy mogli robić małe pomyłki i ciągle dostać mikstury dobrej jakości. Secret of matter. You gradually discover the secrets of the alchemy and deepen your craft. Every time you successfully brew a potion, you get one extra potion of the same quality. Więcej miksturek. Okej. będziemy dostawać. Może wezmę to sobie, Potion Seller. Będziemy dostawać więcej pieniędzy o 30%. Chociaż może to jest tak naprawdę lepsze, te dodatkowe mikstury? A dobra, wezmę to. To jest nasza jedyna misja.
Finally! Where do you keep dallying?
My apologies, sir. I'm here now. We can get going.
Henry, don't provoke me.
I don't think Trotsky Castle is going to go anywhere. So what's the rush for all of a sudden?
We have a crucial mission, and things are already fucked up quite enough. I intend to return to Ratai with good news and to do it quickly. Let's go!
Tak, ja chcę Mata dostać.
What about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
He saved my skin.
So did I. First Trotsky, von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
All right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you. So, should we get going?
What about the rest of our company? Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself. They didn't stand a chance. But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Trotsky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I'd known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
I know how it sounds, but I saw him. Believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
Wałówkę na drogę dostaliśmy. I pieniądze? To chyba oznacza koniec tutorialu. Tak mu się miało śpieszyć Hansowi, a teraz zamula. Trochę jak zamula. O, co to jest, mat? Nie. Jakiś pies nas pogonił.
I hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet.
A czy
But I don't believe much
my
in
nie
herbal
straciliśmy tej
remedies.
wiadomości? Straciliśmy chyba.
You can't
Po
beat
co?
an
Pewnie nas
educated
odeślą
man
z,
with
z
medicine.
kwitkiem.
And I can't wait to sleep in a
Pocałujemy
proper bed.
klamkę.
And some wine.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed. Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord.
Ale my nie mamy tej wiadomości.
Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Nikogo nie ma w domu. Nie, ktoś przyszedł.
Shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am? No, we fucking don't! I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, heir to Ratai! Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy...
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not.
Your shitty hands off me! Look, wait. Wait, one moment!
What the fuck was that?
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
No. Znaleźć wiadomość. Ty się upić.
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You try to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
Well, the first thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, except we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work. And we're gonna need every groschen we can get.
And how long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
So what do you suggest? Going back to Ratai?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
I suppose you're right. We'd be taken for total idiots.
Well, you could shrug that off. But me, we've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas. Instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
We'll go back and bury them as soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenes. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food. About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen,
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
What is it?
That's that woman from the pond.
Oh, the one you gave us away for?
I've heard that witch. Wench!
What I tell you? What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
No, to my jesteśmy.
Sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
I hear one of them nomads is an acrobat who does all kinds of tricks.
Tu? Wystarczy?
Oh. Poor Captain Thomas might never get back on his feet. Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ!
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
Aha! So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then. I'll be right back.
I thought we divided.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on, are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
We saw each other by that pond.
What pond? I haven't been at any pond.
Yes, you were. You were attacked there by some bandits. You, some other women, and us too.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle and I wasn't at any pond.
Naprawdę. O, to jest na czas.
And I have no idea why you're trying to deny it. I saw you with my own eyes. You were washing laundry there with some other girls.
Well, I reckon you weren't looking too much at faces, eh? Clear off, you lecher.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Please, I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Oh, shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again.
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do? Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
What for?
To get to work. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you'll work
będziemy
your
musieli
get off,
odpracować.
like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's where I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
Okej.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
Aye, it's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Scalets.
Never heard of it. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life. But I know this place inside and out.
But not right now. My belly would get in the way. Better to have a drink.
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truskovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bathouse wench.
Who is this Semin?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Samin. The fort in the village belonged to him. Old Jan Samin is the head of the family, and his son's called Olda, and it's him who's getting hitched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Will Lord von Berghoff be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Samin is his vassal.
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Samin, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svaja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
Okej. Dostaliśmy od niej przede wszystkim zadanko, żeby jakieś worki z mąką gdzieś zanieść. A druga rzecz, dopytywaliśmy a propos tego wesela i gdzie, jak się dowiedzieliśmy od tej Catherine chyba, z którą gadaliśmy przed chwilą, to może być jedyna i najlepsza nasza szansa, żeby tego lorda, którego szukamy, von Bergowa, spotkać. Od niej się dowiedzieliśmy troszkę, ale przede wszystkim, że tu gdzieś przy stolikach siedzą jacyś zaproszeni goście, więc może od nich dowiemy się czegoś więcej.
What's life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash. Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. But then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here, and that's a big problem.
I'm sorry.
Well, can't be helped. Let's hope things get better.
Where can I find work around these parts?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me, so don't bother looking anywhere else yet. But otherwise, you can find work anywhere. You just need to keep your eyes open and not be afraid to ask. Try Radovan the smith for one. He's a bit odd, but he'll pay decently for a helping hand. Come to mention it, he's sat just round the corner there, if you want to ask him about it. And that fella next to him is Miller Crazel. He needs
Młynarz.
helpers now and then. But watch out for him. You know what they say about Millers.
O, wiemy.
I've heard things all right.
Well then, be careful.
Is this the only tavern here?
In Troshkovitz it is.
You must be doing pretty well then, eh?
I'd be doing a lot better if everyone paid their bills.
Where do you want the sacks moved to?
To the pantry. That's the second door inside there. But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you. So you don't do yourself a mischief. It's his debt too, ain't it?
Where's the pantry?
Second door inside the tavern. You can't miss it.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. Aye, coming right up.
I talked to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Bergov is about to leave the castle.
Sacra! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down, let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semin, from the local noble family, is getting married. He's marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's going to be a big event.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like Von Bergov will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
I'll come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals and see.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking my noble pizzle?
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
Dobry jest.
Do you have any idea what you look like?
Well, all right. I may not look much like a noble, but my blood's still blue. People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar, as if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Oh!
Look, we're not in any position to pick and choose. So if you want to somehow scrape your way out of this mess, you better forget your airs and graces and make some effort. Bit of honest work won't kill you.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
It's a wonder your tongue isn't aching.
Bear in mind that I'm still your master. Enough of your insolence and start accepting your lot. In short, be so kind as to get to work. I promise I'll make it up to you.
Are you really not going to help me? It's just a couple of sacks.
Come now, Henry. What did I tell you about Bellatoris and the natural order of the world? I simply cannot carry sacks.
They say clothes maketh the man, and you don't look much like a noble right now. So, I don't think the natural order will collapse if you get your hands dirty.
What do you know about a nobleman's honor? It's not long since I had to drag one sack through the night, and if I hadn't, that sack wouldn't be here now. So I think I've done my fair share.
Po prostu nie do przekonania jest.
Stop trying to push me.
Suit yourself, then. So, you simply aren't gonna work?
That is a warrior's lot, Henry. Conserving his strength till the next battle comes along.
Right. I'll
Masakra.
get to work. Alone.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
How? Well, giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Lord Capon.
I know, my dear Henry, such is my nature.
Okej.
What a day.
I'm supposed to move the sacks. Are you guarding them?
Aye. Thank God someone's bothered to come at last. The quicker sacks are moved, the better. You'll have your work cut out on your own. But don't look at me. I ain't gonna help you. I'll move each sack so you can get a better grip on it. But don't expect no more from me. Where is that bloody innkeeper?
Oof! That isn't half heavy.
God grant you health.
A mnie? Tam? Tu?
What's the hold up?
Tańczą.
One beer.
Naprawdę te worki tutaj przysuwa? To widać? Czy po prostu one się tu pojawiają, jak ja jestem gdzieś tam? Chyba się jednak pojawiają.
Listen to this.
Is that supposed to be Latin?
Clever you.
O,
Do you know what it means?
No.
kłócą
And I
się.
doubt you do either.
The burden of proof is on the one who declares.
O, to Hans chyba nam nie da spokoju za bardzo.
What did you say?
Say it again. It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trotsky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smartass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
Stop insulting our dead companions.
What dead companions? You think I'm gonna fall for that cock and bull story?
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. and invite me to that wedding.
Oh, you want to come to the wedding, do you? Huh. I'll give you a piece of advice, pal. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith or the miller, you'll get to the wedding. You'll see the glorious occasion, at least from a distance. And you can stop spouting your pathetic lies.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. You're starting to bore me. You and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Oh, I'm so scared.
That's enough. Cut it out, both of you.
Mind your own business. Take your ragamuffin friend and get the fuck out of our village.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me. Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
Ooh. Shots fired.
You whoreson! It was him!
Hack your ass off!
Get him!
Muszę odpocząć.
You fucked up. Good!
Yeah! Don't spare him!
You haven't a chance, you bastard!
Nice hit! We'll finish this quickly. Nice strike!
Barman!
Light him up! You haven't a chance!
Enough's enough. Time to die, you bastard. Take that!
Good! To the stocks with him!
You're no match for us!
Once more,
Show
we can go
your
home.
stuff.
Nice hit! Scheiße! You almost
Come
get
on,
me.
then.
Slice him up!
Why'd he do it?
O dobra, jeden leży.
Ready to die?
To me! Get him from behind!
And one for dinner!
Good! Take that fucker out, damn it! Slice him up!
Send
Oh my God.
greetings to the devil!
Pray, you bastard!
Nice hit!
Kurva!
I'm wounded!
All the way over here! Don't spare him! Believable!
You'll kick the bucket, you shit! Useless!
Let him have it!
Straż.
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds!
Co? What the fuck?
Bastards! This will cost you dearly. Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse. What? You behave like a spoilt brat. How dare you speak? Oh. You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle. But no, not his lordship. You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess. Oh yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it? Fuck off.
Shut up! Or you'll get a whipping too.
Just who the hell do you think you are?
I'm the only one of us with any sense. I'm not the one who acts like a spoiled child.
Spoiled child? You're in danger of crossing the line, Henry. Better keep your mouth shut. I shouldn't have brought you along.
Well, that's something we can agree on. I could have been sitting in the mill instead of rotting in these stocks.
And whose fault is that? Nothing to say, eh? You really are a simpleton. I don't understand how I could have failed to see it for so long. A stupid yokel who doesn't know the way of the world.
Oh, and our little prince knows all about it, doesn't he? You only left your uncle's a week ago. All you've known up to now is a tavern on Rat-Eye Green.
Now you've gone too far. I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating. You were supposed to make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
Oh, that's enough. This isn't getting us anywhere. I understand you're downcast after all that happened to us. And I understand you need to take it out on someone. I can take it. But we shouldn't forget we have a job to do. And do it we must. Together.
That's exactly what I'm doubting. Everything goes to shit when you're by my side.
You don't really mean that. Calm down.
I'm perfectly calm. That's it. My life went to shit from the first moment I met you.
O proszę.
And I've only just realised it. You're like a ball and chain. And I'd have bagged that wild boar too if it weren't for you.
Well...
And none of the rest would have happened. I wouldn't have been showered in shit.
Oh, come on, Capon.
Don't you cape on me. Not another word. I'll have to consider what to do next.
Next morning. To trochę spędzili, tak.
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive. Isn't that? What's up?
Hey! Go!
Oh, shit. Right, where were we? Go on, get out of my sight.
What are we gonna do? You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Berghoff at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
Alright. Yeah. If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. Alright, off you go.
I co, teraz nie mamy nic poza portków na portkami na tyłku? Crime and reputation. Every one of your actions has consequences. If you commit crime, the world around you and its people will react to them. What is a crime? Anything an honest Christian should avoid is considered a crime. One must not kill innocents, steal, break into the people's houses, harm people or domestic animal, and disrupt their peaceful life. Consequences of crime. If someone catches you committing a crime, they will report you to the guards or engage in a confrontation themselves. You aren't safe even if no one catches you red-handed. People aren't stupid and they might deduct it was you who did it. You can find your information about their reputation in the player card under P, the reputation tab. Reputation affects how people treat you. If someone likes you, they'll greet you kindly, and mercenaries may even give you discounts. On the other hand, if they hate you, they may not even talk to you. You can improve your reputation by completing tasks. You can make it worse by committing crimes and acting dishonestly. The way you behave spreads among people, so if you help or hurt one person, others in the area will soon hear about it. Improving your reputation. A bad reputation can always be remedied by paying your indulgence or a penitent pilgrimage, which can be imposed by a priest. Unrest. If there's a lot of crime going on in the area, people will become more vigilant, arm themselves, and guards will call in reinforcements. Once things have been settled down, everything will return to normal.
Suppose I really do need to find some job. I'll find muck without you, you stuck-up lord of Perkstein.
Henry?
A któż to jest? Kto do nas woła tutaj? Tak, mamy Mata znaleźć i Wedding Crashers. Find a way to get into the wedding. I tutaj mamy Millera albo Blacksmitha pogadać. Okej. Muszę dzisiaj skończyć przed 11, a jest za 2, także myślę, że to jest ostatni moment, także w tym momencie sobie zapiszę gierkę. No i cóż, chyba spadamy coraz niżej, jeśli chodzi o nasz status i wydaje mi się w tym momencie, że rzeczywiście mamy tylko portki na tyłku i nic więcej. No ale cóż, mam nadzieję, że wreszcie uderzymy o dno i zaczniemy się od niego odbijać. Kolejny odcinek z Kingdom Coma jutro rano o 9, a dzisiaj 12:30 kolejny odcinek również z Factorio, w które graliśmy wczoraj, no i o 16 już normalnie pogramy sobie w Avowed, także tak wygląda mój harmonogram na dzisiaj, no i jutrzejszy poranek, chyba to by było tyle na ten moment, także dzięki za oglądanie, dzięki Kawecki za towarzystwo wcześniej na czacie, no i mam nadzieję, że widzimy się już wkrótce na kolejnym streamku. Do tego czasu bawcie się dobrze grając w gry, trzymajcie się, cześć.